Well, hello, hello, and welcome to Stages of Change. Our world is forever changing. And that's why I wanted to really talk about this topic because so many things evolve around us, and sometimes we're just watching it happen, but we need to take action. We need to be part of the change and kind of move with it. Like, when you're on that escalator and it's moving, sometimes you move a few steps with it, and sometimes you stand there and just let it roll. But in our today's society, in our world today, let's participate in the stages of change. My name is the presenter today, Dr. Simmons, and I'm with Friend One Training Institute because we want to make training available to everyone and everybody. If you want to contact us, you can email us at fnotraining@gmail.com or go to our website fnotraining.org, or give us a call 213-723-0777, because we want to make sure that everybody has training and that it's available to them all. So today's topic, stages of change. And we want to, and as I said, I wanted to talk about this because it's so valuable and so important that we move with the times. And I don't mean that you have to be a different person, but just the definition of change means to make something different, alter, or modify. You may have to modify who you are and how you operate in the world today because you are representing yourself as a child. You remember when, as a child, how you came up, how your home life was, or how your parents instilled it into you. Those things happened as a child, and then you became a teen. And the things that happened as a teen, you evolved, you changed, you altered, or you modified, or you became different. Or a lot of times we take everything that we got as a child and bring it into our teenage years. It might be a little modified, and then we become adults. These are all changes that happen within us. And as it happens within us, we notice things don't stay the same. I mean, technology has changed so many things. And I just thought this was a very important topic because we have to understand the stages of change and how it affect your lives today. So, in talking about that, I want to talk about our passion. Your passion equals your purpose. What are you here for? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Your passion equals your purpose. Let's talk about the things you enjoy as a passion. And you do those things that you do enjoy because it's a passion. And also, you do the things you like to do. For example, you might like to do scrapbooking or journaling. I like to journal, so I do those things I like to do. I make it a priority too, because that's a passion of mine. And those are things I like to do. And I have hobbies, and I devote my time to my hobbies. So, are we to understand in this world today, as we talk about the stages of change from a child to a teen to an adult, those things instilled in me. I remember as a child, we used to have the catalogs prior to Christmas holidays, and we would circle what we would want. And so we had a vision of what we wanted to see or have. Whether we got it or not, it didn't matter. It was just the whole idea that we had a catalog that we looked through at the toys, and we would circle it and put our name on it. And probably on Christmas Day we forgot that we even did it, and wasn't let down. It was just the process of our passion. Also, I remember we used to, of course, as a child, you had coloring books and things of that nature. And if you like colors and enjoyed your coloring books, that's a hobby that you developed from your childhood. There's a lot of things you develop from childhood that you bring into teens and you bring on over to adults. And some of these things are things we enjoy. I mean, like right now, as an adult, I remember as a child, my mother loved every sport. every single sport that came on TV, football, basketball, everything. She watched baseball, every sport. And now I just love and I enjoy, my husband and I enjoy watching football. And so that's a hobby. We like Monday night football. We like Thursday night football. That's our passion and that's what we do. And we do it with a purpose. Also, I like certain things like cooking. That's a passion. So we have to identify what our passion is. But does our passion equal our purpose? We need to understand, does it really equal our purpose? And in the stages of change, we have you, which is me. And as a child, we thought differently. We would think as a child. And then as we became a teen, we acted differently. We evolved. The change was occurring in our lives. Whether you know it or not, it was happening. It was happening in your life, and it was just happening remotely. It could happen from the influences that you had in your life and when you go to school. The stages of changes was happening in our society as computers came up. And then as an adult, we speak differently than we did as a child. We speak, think, and act differently as an adult than we did as a child. Those are stages of change that happen inside of us, inside of you. And you need to be aware of the stages of change. But when you have the stages of change, my question to you is your passion, your purpose in life, the passion that was developed with you as a child, does it become your purpose in life? I believe that you need to cultivate your talents. You need to cultivate the talents versus the passion. Because see, my passion could be like I like to bake and I like to decorate cakes. But and that's a passion. But it doesn't mean I decorate cakes really good. I just like it, and I like the way take a cake tastes. When I want something sweet, I'll bake a cake. But that doesn't mean that it is a talent of mine. But it's a passion that I enjoy baking. But is it a passion? So I had to do some self inventory. I need to realize that I'm uniquely made. My talent is unique to me and no one else. It's what I would do that nobody else would do. It's going the extra mile for a situation or a project that no one else would do because it's given to me. It's unique to me. It's God given. Talents are not earned, they're just dropped in you. They're just boom. There's your talent. There's your talent. Wow, just dropped it. I know a person that when we go into the grocery store, she doesn't need a calculator to add up the grocery. I have to take out my calculator to add it up. I wasn't given that talent that can do it in my memory or my head. And so, in your talent, you need to discover your voice. You need to do a self reflection of who you really are to discover your voice, to discover your talent. That's what you need to do to discover what really is your talent. Do you know, with this ever changing society, with you ever evolving, do you know your talent? You need to discover your voice and do some self reflection. And then I think that, as a talent, it may be hard, but with a talent, it feels so good and you're so relaxed at it. I think about the story of Moses, and he was called to lead the people out of Egypt. And he said, not me, because I'm not skilled at that. And God said, I'll be with you. So that tells me and it reminds me that it is God given talent, something that you did not earn. You just woke up and just had it. And it may be hard because it was hard for Moses because he had to take somebody with him, but he did it. And I'm quite sure it felt so good to be in your talent, to be in your talent. And so I wanted you to understand there is a difference between your passion and your talent. Your talent is God given and dropped in your spirit to do it. And it may be hard, but it feels so good. So to cultivate your talents, you must realize that because it is something that you have to explore and it may take many years to find out what your talents are. But once you know your talent, once you may even not really know your talent but bump into it. Let's say you bump into your talent. Meaning that maybe somebody on the job and you work in accounting and somebody in human resources need a position and you know it's a higher position, so you take that position and you find out that human resources was really your talent and not accounting because you wasn't really good at the numbers. You just did it because you was a good employee. But then when you came over to human resource and you start working differently with different skill sets, you found a talent. So you have to understand it may take some while to get to know your talent, but once you know your talent and you find your talent, you become the best at it. Plus, you practice it. You practice it because you don't mind practicing it. For example, the same skills, like I said, transferable skills that may have been used in accounting, like being creative or organizing, it may have been the same skills that you use in human resources, but in human resources, another component was added, which is you have talent, you have plus practice, plus service. Once you have service to the community, then that brings you joy. I'm telling you, that is the formula. You could tell them Dr. Simmons told you the formula to the cultivating your talent is having your talent, practice your talent, and add community service with it. And when you add community service, you are being community minded. You know, because the Bible tells us anyway to love thy neighbor as thyself. And so when you practice those things, it brings so much joy. So much joy. That's how you cultivate your talent. So make an investment. Make that investment in yourself. Make it in you. Invest in yourself. Focus and persevere. Stop doing busy work just to do busy work. Discover your own voice and cultivate your talent. It might be unique from what other people are doing. It might be in front of the camera, or it might be behind the camera. Whatever it is, whoever you are, cultivate that. Make an investment in yourself and don't just do busy work. So I like to thank you so much because I wanted you to understand how to cultivate your talents. I want you to speak life into any project you have so that you can cultivate your talent. I want you to be community minded. Think about a team effort. Discover your own voice. And once you discover your voice, you have a sense of freedom with that new voice. So when we talk about stages of change, you will change when you practice your talent because you will find joy. Thank you for letting me be of service. My name is Dr. Simmons, and I enjoy what I do because I know that God uses ordinary people to do extraordinary things. And I just want to thank you for letting me be of service. Have a great day.